In the 13th voyage of Stanislaw Lem's Star Diaries, an astronaut visits a planet inhabited by intelligent machines who have wiped out their creators, humans. And in order to blend in, the astronaut had to put on a robotic suit and pretend like he's one of them, only to find out that this particular planet has been visited by many other humans, other astronauts, who had to disguise themselves as robots. And because of this cycle that kept happening, the actual robots have died out since. And it's just a planet that's filled with humans pretending to be robots. Each generation shuffles in wearing their metal skins, clanking like wind-up toys, built by the ghosts of the last chrome-plated dreams, neon ideals. AI players whispered through cracked phone screens at 3 a.m. The boomers, punchin clocks and plantin flags. Gen X, lighten up smokes with burnt-out hope. Millennials, logging in and out, searching for soul between spreadsheets and serotonin apps. Gen Z, born inside the circuit, speakin emoji like a second tongue, wondering if anyone's real behind the feed. And still, we're just beat up flesh, hiding in robot suits, dancing to the hum of systems we didn't ask for. The saddest song is the one where we forget we're wearing masks at all. Forget there's a sky beyond the data-smog. But sometimes, late night, backseat buzzin, someone peels off the visor, looks up, and remembers. Man, we were wild ones, free, scared, but goddamn alive. Unfortunately, it's a little too windy to fly my drone, so this break will have to end short. I don't want to crash my drone. I will try in California. Well, I'm starting my shift, and as you can see, it's starting to snow. Maybe a little bit of an interesting drive. On the way there, we took the I-40, so we just had to face wind, but now we are facing a little bit of a storm. So wish me luck. So how did I get into truck driving?
It's a long story. Make it short, I googled how much do pilots make per year. A comment said, why not drive for a Fortune 500 company as a truck driver? You'll be making six figures. And it's a lot faster and a lot more cost effective to get your license. So that's how I became a truck driver. Coffee, doing my pre-trip, stumbled upon something that somebody did. Good morning. So we have 9 hours to the end, plus how many ever hours at the border. So I'll way home now. with our body.
Good morning. So I have a few hours, so I'm doing my laundry and then going back to the truck.
figured out the entrance to this place. I mean, there's an entrance here, but it looks like it takes you to the garden. So I end up walking all the way to that middle one. After I got some snacks, time to continue on into the night. Shift is done. Now to use the bathroom, wash up, go to bed. So, where is the washroom? There it is. So tune in. Thanks for watching this week, and tune in next week for the rest of the trip, I guess.